Yeah, baby, take that, take that. Oh, hey, GGMS, you know what? It is time to stop playing games, I guess. It's time to get to business. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use your iPhone settings to create and recreate those videos that you're going to start making right now. All right, let's get into iPhone settings. Let's go ahead and go to our phones and go to our settings menu. We're then going to scroll down from the top until we see camera, which is going to be right below our photos here. So click camera. The main thing you want to do on this settings page is go to record video and make sure that you have it at 1080p, which is our resolution, high definition HD at 30 frames per second, your frame rate. We're not going to need a 60 frames per second unless we're shooting something that's going to involve a lot of movement, like a sports action type. But if we're sitting stationary, making the majority of our videos, we're going to enjoy using 1080p at 30 frames per second. That's also going to allow a smaller file size. So when you transfer from your phone to your computer or your phone to an iCloud drive or a Google Drive or Dropbox or something like that, it's going to be much easier to transfer a smaller HD 1080p footage than it would be for 4K or any of these. We're not going to need 4K. All of social media is going to downsample and compress our videos anyway. So having it set at 30 frames per second at 1080p is where you want to have it. Also, record stereo sound. Let's make sure that that is on as well so we can get awesome audio straight from our phone, regardless of whether we have a wireless mic or a lapel or anything like that. We're going to get great sound right out of our phone. Let's go ahead and leave and go into our camera setting itself, and we're going to switch into the mode that we're going to be in the most. This is landscape mode or horizontal. This is going to be where you're going to record the majority of your films unless you're creating stories or highlights and things like that for Instagram and Facebook. But for our purposes of recreating video, we want to make sure we have what's called a 16:9 format, 16 across, 9 up. This is what the majority of your computer screens, your TVs, and all of that, this is the type of widescreen format that you're going to have. And if you have a newer iPhone, you'll notice on your video settings you have a widescreen, a standard 1x zoom, and a 2.5x zoom. Let's keep it on 1 so that we have a great depth of field and we don't have a whole lot of stuff coming into our frame, as well as any kind of distortion that widescreen can have as well. But it's awesome for going through houses and showing the spaces to look bigger. But for our videos, let's stay on 1x. You also know at the top left here that you can switch from 4K 30 frames per second to HD right there very easily from the top left. But reminder to keep it on HD 30, and looking at this top left will be a great reminder for you. So the next thing we need to do is get in frame in our video, make sure our lighting is well, that our audio is good, and we're going to hit the most important button of all, the red button. And we're going to get started. Stay tuned for more videos on setting up your tripods, setting up microphones, getting great lighting, and a lot of other instructional videos from our GGMS trainers on how to make the best videos